Hey guys, welcome back to the Project Jira. This is the podcast and video of the relief shelter for those who don't have a place to go to seek comfort or just general safety, a digital respite shelter. If you don't have family or a secure home, always welcome here. And what we do here is a variety of different activities that are just fun and de-stressing and relieving. In this particular case, we're covering a little bit behind the scenes content right now. It may be useful for you in a daily life, maybe not. I'm not sure if any of you guys do podcasting, but that's what this particular video is going to be about. And I will say, I'm going to try to be a little bit more quiet right now, to be accommodating. I can tell that things have, only in the past 12 hours, been slightly on a trough. So things are a little bit more, respectful. I don't know about if that's the right word to use. But things are a little bit died down. And so for that reason, I'm also going to respect the fact that, okay, then I'm going to be a little bit more quiet in the household. So I apologize if the audio is not too loud. I'm assuming that the mic is powerful enough right now and high enough on the gain to pick up what I'm saying. Okay, so I'll increase the gain just a little bit. But aside from that, that's the volume matters. And what we'll get to immediately right now is we have a bunch of stuff relating to the podcast. So we had mentioned, this is the core, this is the key highlight of what I've been trying to get to. And I noticed there's a filter effect right here, a little image in the middle. I was doing a reaction. For those of you guys interested in Attack on Titan reactions, and specifically my little twist on it is like a reaction to a reaction. For example, I'm watching someone else who's watching Studio Gek, and then a comment, almost like a discussion back and forth between myself and the other reactors. There's that on the channel as well, on Spotify and on YouTube, although on Spotify it's muted for copyright reasons. Okay, but anyways, so there's something else there on the side, but that's the reason why the graphics over there is to block out some of the copyright content. So the main crux though is that as a part of the second marathon, which is what we've been running for a while now, we've been trying to get to the podcasting tabs. And that's because we had, I think for the past 2 weeks, I've been almost like a recluse. It's felt horrible, like a human, not a human, like a hermit. The opposite of a human, being stuck inside this little unit here, trying to punch out probably 25 at least different platforms to do the podcasting, as well as troubleshooting a lot of interesting new add-ons, you could say, or, side visuals and, VTubing in the backdrop. You see it with green screen and chroma keying. A lot of project administrative stuff relating to production and video quality and content and so on and so forth. So podcasting is the main thing that we've been trying to catch up to in the second marathon, and we're going to start off with this video right now. We actually technically started about 2 videos ago where we talked a little bit about the Twitter analytics, about the podcast, but this is where it gets real serious because we have almost, believe it or not, check it, 350 to 450 different browser tabs on Edge right now that we just left on sleep so that we could get to them one by one at a time. And that's what we're going to do, right? We're going to go through our process of discovering different platforms and applying to be registered for our podcast inside of their site so they can distribute it, and then also saving the links and all that jazz. Sometimes creating an account, sometimes verifying everything. So you'll be able to follow through with the process I've been through, at least for the past 2 weeks, focused heavily on podcasting. All right, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So the first thing we have here and you can see the little window on the bottom right-hand side, this is a platform from Anchor. So Anchor is previously, and let me check the time here. I will try to speed up a little bit. I recognize that time is of the essence. Podcasts don't last more than 15 minutes because, it's being mindful of the fact that people are on commutes, and it's a very grounded project, this entire channel. So podcasters on Spotify, that's a rebrand of Anchor. Anchor being a platform at one point in time, a main broadcasting platform appears that allows people to basically convert their blogs on, say, WordPress, and then have a read-through, a text-to-speech, text-to-speech, I was going to say the other way around, read-through of the entire content, and then to be able to distribute that as a podcast throughout the rest of the world. And so they've rebranded it, and that's podcasters.spotify.com. So what we have here are 3 tabs here. I can say I intend on keeping at least one of these open. I will close off the other two. So here's the analytics, right? So we can see an overview as well at the very beginning. Number of plays per episode. You can tell I've only been podcasting for about a week, and my content isn't something that really blows up. It's not, at least not right now. It's very focused on administrative behind the scenes production, so it can get quite boring. Moving to the side here, of course, you can see the analytics. There's an overview. There's a graph here charting, the number of people who have listened. And mostly so far single digits, of course. Not even high, just like 2 or 3 people. And we have, it tells you exactly which episodes were uploaded when and where your views are coming from. Of course, this gets a lot more complex and a lot more insightful when you have a large following. If you switch over to the tab on audience, you can see here geographic location. You can see here, I guess, some people are tuning in from the States. It could just be me, honestly. I think because I may have some people watch from a VPN. I know that I don't use a VPN myself necessarily all the time. Sometimes I do, but maybe some of this is just me clicking in from a different location that's been marked on a different IP address. Anyways, I know some of this definitely isn't me because I don't listen on Google Podcasts or anything like that. And it definitely shows up here. So it's very interesting. Also, we can tell that there's some people showing up from Poland and Colombia and India, I guess 1 person each. And that's probably because the name of my podcast has a K in there to reflect the fact that it's got some kind of Polish influence. There are episode rankings here as well. So if you ever wanted to, you can see most people here have largely been for the introduction. The rest, just a single views each. Very interesting. And then the rest down here are all podcasts that are yet to be released. So, all right, so that's this tab here. We'll just close that. What you see in the next tab is basically the episode list. Okay, this is still Spotify, podcasters or Anchor. It's been purchased once again and rebranded. And so we have here, you can see that there's single plays for the recently, I don't understand why this is being released. It must be because I published at the wrong date. Live TikTok shorts. Oh yeah, I put this way too early. So I want to mention, okay, first we'll show you there's format, length, play, ads, date, and status. So all the metadata here, all the stats and variables you'd be interested in. I went all the way back here to the earliest page, and you can see there's people who are listening a lot to the Malibu Rum. What I'm going to do here is I just want to showcase the other titles here. There's actually a episode here. The reason why this tab's open, this Blender V-Roy VTuber model is not supposed to be released on the 4th or 14th or today. It was supposed to be scheduled differently. So I'm going to showcase you the inner workings right now. You can click on the 3 dots. There will be this drop-down menu, view the episode details, analytics, copy the link to the episode, and download the episode. So what we're going to do is click view episode. And I, being an administrator, of course, of this account, I can go ahead and edit it. What I'm going to do is I want to change the date because it's not supposed to be today. This was supposed to be a video scheduled way in advance. So what you're seeing right now are the inner workings behind the scenes of, if you guys are interested in starting a podcast, this is the interface you'd be able to see. You can see the description you can include, the publishing date you can schedule in advance. All the way down, you can see also the season number, the episode number as well. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you can set all the settings that you would like that you want to desire. I know that this is not the right one.